After 12 months on YouTube, filming interviews, recording monologues, and filming how-to videos, I thought I'd share with you what I've learned when it comes to the technical side of capturing this footage and the sound, and let you know 7 pieces of equipment that I invested in to improve the quality of my videos over the past year. If you're not familiar with the Quilling quarter, I film 4 types of videos. First type is how-to videos, where I show you how I make a quilled piece. Second is interviews, where I interview quilling artists. Third is book reviews, where I review books on creativity and quilling. And fourth is reflection monologues, where I discuss an idea about creativity. So in this video, I wanted to let you know what equipment I got, what purpose it served, and how it improved the quality of my videos. But before I tell you about the equipment I used, I want to let you know what I started with. So when I started my YouTube channel, I had 5 pieces of equipment. A Canon 700D DSLR with a kit lens, a Canon point and shoot camera, a mini sound recorder, 1 big tripod and 1 gorilla tripod. And these 5 pieces of equipment are all that I used for the first 3 months of the Quilling quarter. So the sound quality on my DSLR is not great. So for these early videos, I would attach my sound recorder to the tripod and record the sound that way. And then I would line up the sound and video when I edited the footage together later. And to film my how-to videos, they were always filmed down from the side from my tripod on a sort of a high angle. But after doing a lot of research on blogs and other YouTube channels, I decided to invest a little bit in my equipment to sort of up the quality of my videos. The first type of video I made a conscious effort to improve was my how-to videos. The first thing I invested in was a Niwa adjustable microphone stand with a scissor arm. It is a microphone stand essentially that attaches to a table, but I didn't buy it to hold a microphone. It was to attach my point and shoot camera to do overhead filming of my how-to videos. And the Christmas cards video was the very first video where I used this new way of filming the how-to videos, and it is so much better. Once I had set up the shot, I knew exactly what was in frame and out of frame, and the stand was completely out of the way, leaving my hands free to quill, and it gave a nice overhead view of what I was doing and how I was making it. The second type of video I wanted to improve was the interviews that I did with quilling artists, particularly the sound quality. So the conventional wisdom is people will put up with poorer quality video, but they will not put up with poor sound quality. So for my first interview with Leisha, I didn't even want to take a chance. So I actually hired equipment, and after trying it, then I decided to invest in the equipment for myself. So the next big investments I made was a Zoom H6 sound recorder, 2 Rode wireless lapel microphones, and 2 transmitters and receivers. When I filmed the interviews, each of us would wear the lapel mics with the wire hidden under our clothes, and then we'd have the transmitter hidden away in our pockets. And then the receivers would then be plugged into the Zoom H6 where it recorded the sound, and the Zoom H6 was off camera. Honestly, the Zoom H6 is amazing. It has 5 inputs to record sound, and it records it separately, and I'm using it right now. It's off camera, but it's right there recording sound for me. And honestly, the quality is incredible. You don't even need the transmitters or the receivers if you don't want to. You can just have the multi-directional microphones set up between you and whoever you're interviewing, or like how I've got it now. But for the interviews, because we'd often handle quilled items or we'd move around a little bit during the interviews, I didn't want the sound being interrupted, and so to have the lavalier mics for each of us, we didn't have to worry about any interference. And the fantastic thing about lavalier mics is that they are unidirectional and they pick up the sound where you point them. So if you clip them to your clothes facing up towards your mouth, they only pick up sound in that direction. And I know this probably sounds quite obvious, but it was honestly amazing to hear them in action when I was editing the video later. For example, in Leisha's interview, the camera microphones that were filming, they picked up the sounds of cars going past, dogs barking, and the sound of the air conditioning unit when we were filming, but the lavalier mics filtered all of that out and only recorded the clear sound of our voices. It was really cool. And the other improvement I made to my interview videos was to invest in a second full-size tripod to mount my point and shoot camera, and this was to capture good angles with 2 cameras for the interview specifically. The third type of video I wanted to improve were my book reviews and my monologue reflection videos, both sound and production quality. So firstly, to sound quality, I invested in a Rode Mic Go, which attaches directly to the DSLR camera that I'm filming on right now. The other great thing about this is because it records the sound straight to the camera, it means that I don't have to line up the sound with the video later when I'm editing, so that's a time saver for me. The second improvement, which was a game changer to my production quality, I decided to invest in a Parrot teleprompter that attaches to my DSLR camera lens. Previously with my videos, I was just winging it with my scripts. I'd write and prepare some rough notes, and then I would just record and try and talk to the camera. But being a novice presenter, especially in the early days, this resulted in a lot of ums and ahs and pauses, and that took me hours to edit out, and it was really just wasting my time. So what I decided to do to improve the production quality of my videos was to prepare and write out my book review essays and reflections in a more considered and polished manner and practice it before I filmed. Then when I was actually ready to record, I would have the script on the teleprompter ready for me to read out while I recorded. The text was displayed via the Parrot app, which is an app on my phone, and then I sit the phone inside the teleprompter, which mirrors the text back to me so that I can read it in the reflection whilst looking at the camera. It did take quite a bit of time to get used to. You can adjust the size of the text and the speed that the text moves so it matches the speed that you speak, but this adjusting did take a bit of trial and error to get right. But luckily there's a handy clicker which you can pause to get the text to go back or forward or to pause it. The first time I used the Parrot teleprompter was for my very first reflection video for 2021, where I outlined my 10 goals for the year. And I've used this in every single book review since, my reflection videos, and all the intros and outros to my artist interviews. Having had the script written up, polished and practiced first made the editing so much quicker and so much more efficient. The teleprompter, like I said, it was a game changer when it came to editing, and it meant that I could focus more on better writing and better preparation to make better quality videos. And the final improvement, and this improved all my videos, was to improve the lighting. I invested in an 18-inch or 45cm ring light. I first used this ring light in my 10 Artists That Inspire Me videos. I set the ring light up just behind the camera and slightly to the side, and honestly the lighting is just so much better in this video. And if you compare this video to the one just before it when I didn't have the ring light, you can see such a big difference. I'm in the same room with the same lights on, and these videos were both filmed at night, so there was no other natural light. The only difference is that in this video I didn't have the ring light behind the camera, and in this one I did. I use this ring light in all my videos from then on, and it has been amazing, the difference. The light is just so much better and so much more flattering. I've used it for the introduction to Justine Curran's interview monologue at the beginning, the book review for John Cleese's book Creativity, which was filmed in the late afternoon fading light. I used the ring light for the 12 great books that I recommend, which actually had lots of natural daylight, but I still had the ring light behind the camera, which made me stand out more against the darker background. And I used it in the Black Mountain Tower video, where you can actually see the ring light in the reflection of the mirror. And I used it in my Q&A video, even though, again, there was plenty of natural daylight coming in through the window. And I'm using it right now for this shot. The brilliant thing about this particular ring light is it is on an adjustable tripod. So not only can I adjust the height to wherever I want it, but I can also adjust the angle from vertical to 90 degrees and anywhere in between. So I use the ring light when filming my birthday card series. And when you compare the lighting in this video to the lighting from, say, the Poodle video, it is a stark difference in lighting quality. Even though for the Poodle video I use lots of lamps and overhead lights, it just doesn't compare to a purpose-made directional lighting source. The ring light has different brightness levels and colour temperatures, which I've experimented with, but for all my filming I use the full brightness and the warm temperature rather than the harsher white light. I am so happy with the improvements to my video quality over the course of these last 12 months with these 7 additional pieces of equipment. And it is honestly quite amazing to look back at my very first video. Welcome to the Quilling Quarter. Thank you so much for joining my very first video on my new YouTube channel. To now, to see how all these small technical improvements combined with 12 months of continual practice and refinement in my presentation and video editing skills has made the investment all worth it, and I've learnt so much. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.